The trail was faint but undeniable, a thin path of melted frost winding away from the camp, still warm beneath her boots. Whoever the man was, he hadn't gone far. Leora followed in silence, her breath shallow, every sense alert. The mist thickened the further she went, coiling between the ruined buildings and trees like smoke from an unseen fire. The world had gone soft at the edges again, its outlines half dissolved. Sometimes she thought she saw him just ahead, a blur of movement, a dark coat slipping between the pillars of frost. But when she tried to quicken her pace, the path seemed to stretch, keeping him always a few steps beyond reach. She called out once, "Wait!" The mist absorbed the sound, turning her voice into a distant echo. Still, the trail glowed faintly beneath her, a silver pulse leading onward. At last, she reached the edge of the river. The current had returned, slow but certain, carrying shards of ice that clinked softly as they drifted by. Across the water stood a lone figure. He faced her without surprise, as though he had been waiting all along. His hair was white, though his face was not old. His coat hung in tatters, its fabric marked with strange circular sigils that shimmered faintly, like frost remembering heat. Leora stepped closer, the water whispering around her boots. "You left the camp." The man nodded once. "And you stayed." His voice was low, but not unkind. There was an odd familiarity to it, like the tone of a memory spoken aloud. "Who are you?" she asked. He tilted his head, studying her. "That depends. Who are you to the dreaming?" The word struck her chest like a bell. "I'm not part of it," she said quickly. "I stayed awake." "Awake," he echoed, as if testing the sound. "And yet the frost melts where you walk. The air hums to your pulse. Tell me, is that the mark of one untouched by the lattice?" Leora faltered. "I didn't choose to change it. None of us do," he murmured. He turned his gaze toward the river, its faint silver current catching the last light of the dim sky. When the pods closed, some threads were not woven. Some resisted the pattern. You were meant to be memory, not motion. The ground vibrated softly underfoot, as if in agreement. Leora's heart raced. "There were others," she said, "at the camp. They stayed awake too, didn't they?" "Yes," he said, still watching the water. "But they mistook endurance for awakening. They lingered, and the world forgot them." The world remembers. What does that mean?" The man finally turned back to her. His eyes were pale, almost colorless but bright, as if lit from within by the same current she had seen in the lattice. "It means the dreaming knows you now. It listens through you. The question is, do you listen back?" Before she could answer, the mist surged upward in a rush of cold air, swallowing his form. The river shimmered, and when it cleared, he was gone. Only his voice lingered, low and resonant through the fog. "Follow the Thor. It leads where memory sleeps." Leora stood alone by the riverbank, her reflection rippling beside her, and for a fleeting second, she saw not her own face, but his. The current hummed softly beneath her, echoing the rhythm of her pulse. She whispered into the mist, "Then I'll listen." The frost at her feet melted into the shape of a spiral,